everyone? Welcome back to my channel. I am Lolis, and today I wanted to talk about this whole Reddit documentary thing that Trisha Paytas is making. It's been a while since I talked about Trisha Paytas, so let's get into it. But before we do, if you have not already, please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell icon so you get a notification every time I post. Please don't send anybody that we talk about in this video any hate, negativity, nothing like that. These are just my thoughts and opinions based on what I am seeing on the internet. So if you have something to say about what we're talking about, just shoot it down in the comments below. That's what they are there for. So yeah, I used to actually talk about Trisha Paytas quite a bit because honestly, she is an interesting person in the sense that you just don't know what the heck is going on inside of her head sometimes. She had a lot of drama surrounding her for a while. I stopped covering her for a number of reasons. Honestly, the main reason was, well, she was starting a family and I just didn't really want to pass a bunch of judgment on that. But also, I just felt like I was starting to get super nitpicky with things that I was becoming critical of her. Every little thing that she did and every video that she made, I would watch and just see if there was something to dissect on a video. It felt too nitpicky, and I just decided the best thing to do was to just step away and not follow her for a while. So I really didn't keep up with much of what she was doing past a lot of the what was really the last thing that I really was paying attention to. It was over Hanukkah, she was making a lot of kind of offensive TikToks, and I think that was one of the last things that I really talked about. She just became too much, really is what it is. Trisha Paytas just became too much for me to want to pay attention to and cover anymore. So I had to take a break for a while. But now we are back because she is making this Reddit documentary. So she actually posted a video that she was making a Reddit. The title was something like making a Reddit documentary, looking for people to, I guess, be in this documentary with her. This video is about, it's about a half hour long, maybe 28 minutes. It starts off in her living room, which is apparently also the playroom. It is mostly full of toys. They're all pushed to, different sides out of the different shots. And then you see that there's filming lights and a little mic stand, kind of like the one that I am using right now. And actually later you do see a documentary, one of the camera guys, and we're using the same mic, so that's interesting. But she tells everybody look, I'm filming a documentary, this is where we're doing shots and things like that, so everything pushed to the side. It's kind of weird that she's making a documentary because she already completely documents her life already, but I guess getting an outside perspective is never a bad thing. Well, she gets a lot of outside perspectives. Apparently this is the one that she is choosing to give credence to. I also forgot how she's always out of breath is what it seems like she's always, I don't know, gasping for air. Is Trisha okay? So anyway, Trisha is giving the rundown of how this documentary came to be. She clarifies that this is not a reality show that she's going to be filming, which will be starting to film the following week. And so she's filming the reality show right now, and that's going to be a month-long filming process. So she's filming a documentary for a couple days and then a reality show, and it's an international reality show. And I'm trying to think what is an international reality show that she would be on? She's been on Big Brother before, but they wouldn't take a couple, and she said we are, so it assumes a family thing. I don't know. I am a little curious about that because I do love reality TV. Anyway, she's filming this documentary. This guy from Ohio, his name's Mike Klum. She says his name in the video multiple times. She even gives ways to contact this guy. So I'm not doxing or anything like that. She says this guy, it seems he's mostly a video, a commercial videographer. He shoots videos for businesses. I don't know, I can't think of an example, but if you go to a business's website and there's an about us, a university, or I don't know, a company that builds things, they'll have a promotional video on their main webpage. It's that kind of thing. So up until this point, this guy and his company, they have never made real documentaries. They've just filmed commercial stuff. This guy usually gets paid for his work, but Trisha stipulates several times through this she is not paying him, and she is also not getting paid. In fact, she gets emails from people all the time reaching out to her to do these kinds of things where she wouldn't get paid, and normally she ignores that stuff, but for some reason she decided to respond to this one. Apparently this guy has decided to branch out into more serious filmmaking, and his first subject is Trisha Paytas. I'm not sure this is gonna win any awards at any film festivals or anything. So she responded to his email, they started talking, and his initial idea was kind of a squash the beef type video or a confronting my haters video for Trisha. This was like a trend, I feel like, in like 2018, 2019 YouTube. So it's kind of a little played out already. And of course, Trisha does not want to do that. She says she is not in that place anymore for like past drama, that she has apologized so many times. She has all these different apology videos that she has made. First of all, I'm sorry, but the defense of like, I've made so many apology videos and said I'm sorry for all of this stuff in videos, that doesn't help your case when you have like multiple videos. It just shows like you never learn from your mistakes. And I'm gonna go on a limb and say most of those apology videos are probably deleted. It kind of negates the whole apology in the first place. And you know, actions speak louder than words. So your actions are, you continue to do the same thing over and over again and make apology videos for it, and then you delete those videos. So that just really indicates that you're not really sorry. So like if she felt remorse from something and like actually learned the lesson, she wouldn't continue doing the same thing over and over again. Part of why I stopped watching Trisha, because it's very evident that you're just watching somebody going through a cycle all the time, and it just becomes monotonous to watch and comment on. She also says she doesn't really want to do this because she doesn't want to like dig up past drama. You are literally making a documentary about Reddit drama. You already had drama with Reddit like last year or whatever. So this documentary apparently is going to touch on that, but then bring up new drama with Reddit as well, because there are new subreddits about Trisha. Even though the last Trishy Land, after that got deleted, another one was made. It's Reddit. That's how it works. And to decide to make a whole documentary focusing on hate and anti-fandom that you get from Reddit, that just screams, I want drama to me. Anyway, so she's having this conversation with him. She says she doesn't want to address past drama, but there is something that she needs help with. She needs help with investigating the Reddit. She says that the Reddit has constantly doxed her, people around her doctor's office, posted pictures of her child, also posted nude photos of her from behind her OnlyFans paywall and stuff. I don't really go to the Trisha subreddit anymore. I kind of just stopped following everything that Trisha did, but like the few times that I did go over there, and when it was actually very active before the first one got deleted, when that article was written about it, I didn't see any of the things that she was talking about. However, those things could have been removed very quickly before I even saw them. If that's the case, then obviously some moderation was happening in that subreddit. That subreddit was actually taken down for copyright though, because there were like full videos of her being uploaded on there. So that first subreddit was not actually removed for harassment, it was for copyright. The other thing is like all the stuff that she is really talking about, most of it was, I mean, everything that I saw anyway was stuff that she publicly posted. The OnlyFans stuff is behind a paywall, but it's still the internet. Like, I feel like you can't really expect something to stay behind a paywall on the internet. That's just me. I don't know, if there's something that is super scandalous happening behind a paywall and somebody's willing to pay to release that stuff, like it's not gonna stay behind the paywall. So yeah, the original Reddit was removed, but of course, if you know the internet, like Trisha also knows the internet, having that Reddit taken down just means another one is gonna fill its place. And of course it did. The Trishy Land Wifeys. That has been the most active anti-Trisha subreddit on Reddit today, because when you take away their place to meet, it honestly just riles them up more. She goes on to talk about how everything that's happening on there is harassment, them calling out her transphobia and bigoted ideas and actions and things that she says, that's all harassment. But you know, she's apologized for all that, you guys. Trisha also says, you know, like they're ban evading, which I mean, I can't really argue with that necessarily, unless somebody who did not have anything to do with the first run made this one, that it's not really ban evading because it's a totally different person, like a user would be banned. I guess I don't really know how that would work on Reddit so much. And she says like something has to be illegal here, like they're ban evading and harassing, like this has to be illegal. She also cites that using the photos taken from her OF are revenge porn. I personally don't think it's revenge porn. Like once again, yeah, it is. I also did not see that stuff on the subreddit at all. I don't know if I would call it that, because that is stuff that you put on the internet first. So it's just like a sharing of, I don't know. There might be some legal way that somebody might see that. So when she was talking to the filmmaker, Mike, she said, look, I need help with this subreddit thing. She said he didn't know anything about this. There was literally an article written that was actually like kind of talked about quite a bit. I did a video on it, I believe. He had to go down the rabbit hole. He had no idea about any of this. So he was gonna make a documentary about Trisha Paytas and hate that she has gotten in, drama she's gotten in, and he didn't even see this article in doing research. Does that mean he didn't do any research on Trisha at all? Like, this is, I mean, it was fairly recent when that article came out. I would say within the last like year and a half. So he started to dive in. He did make a post. A lot of people were like, who the heck is this guy? Like, he's a private investigator. This is according to Trisha. And I did see somewhere that he did reach out to a couple creators. I don't think any one of them are going to be participating in this, which is probably smart. And Trisha says he also reached out to other creators or just like people who have been subjects of hate from Reddit. Trisha says that she wants to be able to talk to somebody from the subreddit because deep down they are fans. I think Trisha thinks if she like talks to these people, she can like kind of sway them into thinking differently. I don't know what overall that would accomplish, and I don't really think the conversation would go like she thinks it would actually go. Trisha also says, like, back to the like whole apologizing thing, like she doesn't have any victims to apologize to. So like, who would she apologize to? Where are the victims? Like, she wants a list of victims. Like, you have offended and hurt multiple communities of people. We can't even list all that because we don't know all these people's names. She has shared hateful stereotypes and things like that. Like, we don't need to get into all that. Like, the kind of stuff is just so infuriating to me, and it's one of the other reasons I like stopped watching her. You've harmed multiple communities. Not to mention, she has been physically and verbally violent with partners in the past, and even ran a car into an ex's house. I mean, you do have like a couple victims out there in the world. So Trisha is really pushing to have some sort of conversation with somebody for the documentary. Like, she is gonna like have control over it. Even though she consents to it going both ways, like both people can record it, like ultimately the people who are doing this documentary are gonna have control over the narrative pushed and even like what's really pushed forward more publicly with this phone call or this conversation. And then Trisha is just like rambling through the rest of this. She keeps saying the same thing over and over again. It's kind of weird because she like put herself in this position. I also think any sort of conversation with Trisha would just be pointless because she would pretend to agree and then she would just go right back to what she does. Like, that's Trisha's MO. She also like mentioned how like anybody associated her with gets hated on, specifically mentioning her skincare partner. You mean the one that is unlicensed and unqualified to be making skincare and doing skincare treatments on people, and let a dog come into her treatment room and it even shit on the floor? Yeah, I made a whole stink about that. But this documentary is to help get to the bottom of who these people are that are posting and making these Reddits. This is the audience that you built, that you curated over time through your terrible actions. And now she wants to find out like private information about these people. She's like wanting to figure out like IP addresses and stuff like that. Like, it's kind of scary. She's not gonna dox them, but she wants to get their private information and find out who these people are. That's scary. And she's like, but the conversation, you know, just have a conversation with me. It's not a trap. Okay, it's not a trap, maybe not to Trisha, but once again, she's not really, if she is really not paying this documentary team, she's not in charge of whatever narrative they're gonna push out there. So it may not be a trap to Trisha, but it could be a trap with the other ones. I mean, in reality, she just really wants the Reddit gone, and she got her wish, actually. Not long after this video was posted, the Trishy Land Wifey subreddit was deleted. It was actually, this time, this one was deleted for harassment. It might make this documentary a little harder because now they don't know, you know, how to search for people or who to reach out to, but also it might be like a great, like, exciting clip for the documentary, like, oh my god, the subreddit's gone, yay! But I guess we know there probably another one will pop up eventually. I do think it's weird that they want to talk to people who are like critical of Trisha, but they won't reach out to creators who are on YouTube or on TikTok who have put their face out there and have been publicly vocal and critical of Trisha. She wants to find out who the people who are being so hateful in the subreddits are, when, like, there are plenty of people that, well, I mean, I don't really think anybody would agree to have a conversation with, but there are people that they could reach out to. And Trisha says they're apparently just gonna put this up on YouTube. So, you know, big documentary. There was a quick little follow-up video to this, and it was a very awkward McDonald's mukbang. At first it made me want chicken nuggets, but then there was this like really gross like eating part where she was eating a lot, and I did not want chicken nuggets anymore. And then also made me nervous about what like the footage of that is gonna look like in the documentary. They're filming a documentary of her eating chicken nuggets and fries in her car, asking her questions about why she doesn't use sauce. Honestly, like Trisha just talks to fill space a lot, and I never really noticed it until this video, because there were long pauses where she was just looking at the camera all awkward, because, you know, she also felt awkward that she was making her video and somebody else is filming her, and so she just started talking to fill the space where it's like, girl, just like eat your chicken nuggets. It's also weird that they're filming her film herself eating food and then talking about them filming her. So a lot of people who are actually fans expressed concern in the live chat, because I guess this video was a premiere, and in the comments, that they're afraid that these filmmakers might like take things and twist the narrative. Somebody commented that a direction that the person was giving the camera guy was a zoom shot, so they're probably getting a lot of like close-up shots of her like eating, and that is when I started feeling nauseous. And then in the end, the camera guy gets in the passenger seat and he is so up close to her, like even being that up close without like the possibility of the camera lens being all the way zoomed in, like too close for comfort. He was inside a bubble. Like, I might watch this documentary if they do post on YouTube, but I might have to skip past some of that stuff. But I don't really think this documentary is going to be exactly what she expects, or maybe it will just be exactly what she expects and it will be a total flop. I'm curious to see what it's like. She says it's gonna come out at the end of May. Anyway, that is it for today's video. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like and subscribe and let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I will see you in my next video. Laters. Bye.